morning. Kind of, sort of, not really. So today, I guess if you've seen the last video, I did the leak down test here on the BMW and it failed miserably. Compression was good, but the leak down test failed. So basically I am revamping the entire cooling system. We've got heater hose lines that are probably going to burst on me, and this lower hose here, it's all caked up. There's some oil leaks, yada yada yada. A lot of things I want to address. So what I'm going to do is do the head gasket based on the leak down test results. So this is going to be kind of a how to do it, I guess, and it's probably broken up into multiple parts because this video will be long. But yeah, we'll start with getting off like fuel rail and intake manifold and yada yada yada, draining coolant, that fun stuff. So let's just go ahead and start just pulling these out. I had these resting in here yesterday because I didn't have the plugs in, but let's see here, there we are with that. So yeah, just gonna pull this valve cover off probably after I get the intake manifold off. The intake manifold, the bolts look like they're scattered around in here, so that'll be fun. Look like a 12 millimeter. So let me go ahead and start putting these coil packs away, and then let me get these bolts out for the manifold. Alright, so to access these intake manifold bolts, there's gonna be a little connector here. We'll unplug. There'll be a vacuum line here that we'll have to get off, but probably have to use two hands. Slide these out, all these wires, everything like that. Slide those out of the way. And so this is just so we can access the intake manifold. Looks like this top part may or may not have to come off, but if it is, it's probably just T20s in there. One here, one here, one here, one back there. So yeah, we'll start doing that and get off what we need to, but our objective is these bolts in here. So they are 11 millimeters. So let's see here. Get this in, and it fits snug. So anyway, let's go ahead and go down the line. Alright, so 4 screws. It's a T25. And you'll be able to remove this. Just disconnect the hoses. Looks like you got one here and one back here, and that one will go there, that one will go there. You can't miss this or mix it up or anything like that. So go ahead and separate your parts, and then this will give us more access in there to the intake manifold bolts. Alright, so I've got all the bolts removed up top here. For this back one, you're going to want to use a regular ratchet because my gun wasn't fitting. You're going to have to finagle it and try and get the socket with the extension in first, and then get this in. It's real close to here, so just be patient with it. Next, you're going to want to slide this off. There's a little bracket right up here you probably can't see. This thing just pulls straight towards myself. And then you're going to have some brackets here of where the intake manifold again is going to be bolted to the wire harness and stuff like that. So go ahead and unbolt this 10 millimeter, and then probably these two T25s right here on top of this bracket. Probably can't see it too well, but on your car you'll be able to see it. It's right up under there. And then yeah, we'll make some more progress at getting this manifold off. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit of a lunch break. This is kind of what we're looking at as far as getting the intake manifold off. This thing was a pain in the ass. 10 out of 10, don't recommend. So yeah, it's just a lot of the bolts up here. The main thing that was getting stuck on was the fuel line, which I've got covered up here. But you gotta, like, to quick disconnect or whatever, you gotta like push it down and then pull the fuel rail up. It's just a pain in the ass. There was no room to do it. They should have made it higher up. Should have done a lot of things, but oh well. So it's the progress. You know, a couple vacuum lines, one big bolt down at the bottom for the intake manifold. It's a 16 mil down here. So I'm just gonna thread that on so I know where that's at. Thread that there so I don't lose it. But I've just removed the bracket, so I can move this out of the way. I'm gonna attack those two O2 sensors next, and once I start getting the O2 sensors off, I'll break the front of this off here. So I'll end up just taking the radiator out, the reservoir I just put in, the hose, the lower hose, and the belts, tensioners, yada yada yada. Take off all this stuff and expose the front, because I'm going to need to remove this head, set the timing at top dead center in cylinder 1 before I actually pull the head off and disconnect the timing. I might end up actually, since I got it all, I don't know, since I got it all off, I might as well just do the timing so I don't have to do this crap again. But I don't think I would have to take the intake manifold off to do the timing if I wanted to at some point, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. It didn't sound like it was rattling, making noise, yada yada yada, but if I'm in there, if I have to take it off, it's 2 bolts, it's probably better safe than sorry. I'll make that judgment call in a little bit, but I'm gonna take a lunch break and then I'll get started again.